Hey there folks, and welcome to this video. It's time for me to fire off into the week with the general notice. This is where I talk about the things that are coming up on the channel. I get to talk a little bit about the channel itself, and I get to talk about a couple of things that are on my mind. So without further ado, let's get into it. You can find the timestamps if you want to get to certain bits from the title, but until then, let's go on with the video. And starting off, the videos for this week. So I'm planning to have a review for WRC Le Maestros out on Wednesday. That means I get plenty of time to play it, hopefully. Don't know if it'll be a 5 PM or if it'll be a late night one, depending on the amount of time I've got. Then I hope to have out a preview for the first 12 hours. Might do some preseason predictions as well for IGTC. I need to figure out something else to do because I was going to do 250 predictions, but what's happened with World RX has happened. I'm going to have as well my predictions for NASCAR because the Clash is this weekend at Bowman Gray, and I'm looking forward to watching that one. The review for that one will be out after the next general notice. Then my third edition in the series of Skoda Motorsport EA Sports WRC test. I think that was a bit outdated now, though, because I'm pretty sure I recorded it before Christmas. I talk about Oliver Solberg and his Skoda relationship. So, we'll see. Sunday's video is going to be the first 12 hours review, because it should all be done and dusted by then. In terms of streams, I have one this evening for WRC Le Maestros, and then one on Saturday for the Race from Racing Experience Daytona 2.4. There might be some others, but I don't know. In terms of shorts, I don't know if I should be announcing short form content. If there is something from one of my videos that stands out for me, I might clip that and put it up there, like you've seen with the Ogier stuff, or the World RX stuff, or various bits and pieces to do with the Dakar. But elsewhere, I've got a classic stream clip coming out on Wednesday from, gosh, it must be about 3 years ago. And then an old iRacing clip, which is from about 2 years ago. Saturday. Let's get into the channel update. And the big thing is 1,000 subscribers. I hit that on Wednesday, I think. And I really can't believe it. Like, I do this for fun. Believe it or not, doing all of these different videos all the time and streaming, it's what I actually enjoy doing. Being able to talk about all these things. And yeah, it was one of those targets I had of a bit like Sabotier talk at the end of Monte Carlo. What's a nice point to say that I'm done? I mean, I don't want to stop right now, but 1,000 is a nice point. And these things ebb and flow. I fully expected that at some point it would drop back down to like 996 or something. But it's been awesome to get here. It's been really nice. So yeah, if you're one of those 1,000 people that subscribed, thank you. It's awesome. In terms of other things of the channel, last week had 2 of my top 3 videos for the year so far. iRacing clips of the W12 at Bathurst, which is in 3rd, with over 500 views, and the Hockenheim GTP crash in 1st, with over 700 views. Now, they proved to be the most controversial ones. Like, I don't think there's any other videos I've done this year that have gotten so many dislikes. Maybe because the iRacing one for the Merc had W12 in it. I don't know. But most of the other top 10 stayed the same. The AC Evo clip and the general notice from last week, among the still popular Race 7 retrospective and reviews for Rennsport and EAWRC. But the other video with high views that was recent was the Monty review. And when I say high views, it was a couple of dozen. So what's cool is with those ones, I'm getting high view time. So it's nice to see you guys like it. Anyways, let's get into the articles. There are only 2 this week, but both ones to talk about. Starting off with the FIA being, well, the FIA. It's nice to know that social media age would treat the blessed era of the FIA or FISA back then perhaps the same kind of derision as the so-called biased British media would have done at the time. Because they've brought in this addition to the sporting code, and people are talking about it in terms of F1, but it applies to all competitions the FIA sanctions, where it's increased fines. So, first offence, €10,000, with the exception being for 12.2.1.0, which I'll talk about in a moment, which also needs a public apology and repudiation of comments, and potentially a suspended fine. Second offence is €20,000 with a month suspension, which is a suspended suspension. Bit clunky, but apparently it was written in French and English at the same time. Now, the 12.2.1.0 has the public apology. The point P has suspension of access to reserved areas of event. And then the biggest one, the third offence, which is €30,000 plus 1 month suspension plus deduction of championship points. You've got to do the public apology stuff for this point O. And actually, I didn't realise point P, first offence is 15,000, second is 30,000, third one's 45,000. You also get suspension of access to reserved areas of event for 6 months. Now, what are these regulations? So, the first one is any words, deeds, or writings that have caused moral injury or loss to the FIA. The second one is misconduct. Third one is public incitement to violence or hatred. Our fourth one, the point O, is the display of political, religious, and personal statements or comments notably in violation of the general principle of neutrality. The point P is failure to comply with the instructions of the FIA regarding the appointment and participation of persons during official ceremonies at any competition counted towards an FIA championship. So basically, if you decide you're going to be mean to the FIA president, you can kiss goodbye to €45,000, I guess. But some of these are so vague and so woolly. Like, I think the misconduct thing is the swearing aspect of it. Public incitement to violence or hatred. Did you say that I hope someone punches that guy would be something that falls foul of it? Or I hope someone crashes into that guy would be something that falls foul of it? Because half the F1 grid would Max Verstappen and probably be not showing up until the mid-2030s. And the same with the moral injury stuff, like... So, say Sebastian Ogier or Mats Osberg for their comments about Pirelli tyres at the WRC when they kept getting punches. What was it, Sardinia 2021? It's 2021. Would we go, yeah, we're going to fine them for it now? I mean, I think they did get fined at the time, but fine them and threaten them with being thrown out of the championship. I get the idea of wanting to streamline this stuff, but I don't know, it just seems like you're afraid of being criticised. Which, at the same time, feels very kind of what you might expect from the FIA, at least under the current regime. It's fine, I'm not no FIA accreditor or anything like that. Probably won't be after this. I want it to be. The other thing that stands out is that second and third offence, where they have the suspended sentences. Those have to be the second and third offence within a 2-year period. It just seems so bizarre. I mean, this political, religious, and personal statements thing. what's counted as religious in this context is being observant of faith, part of it. Because there's a lot of athletes and a lot of people from ASNs who are Christians. There are a lot who are Muslims. Would you say that wishing somebody Eid Mubarak or Merry Christmas falls foul of this rule to the point that you deserve to pay a fine or have a suspension from competition in sport? I think that's ridiculous. Likewise, if somebody who is Jewish is going to observe Shabbat, this needs more revising. Like, it sounds like you're looking for reasons to go after people. And you just want to have these things there to be able to throw the kitchen sink and stuff. I don't know. I think the criticism that you see from the, well, so-called biased British media, but it is a quite universal criticism of the FIA, is deserved. And I mean, I know the FIA has never been one for making friends, but not really been one for making enemies like this in ages. Anyways, we can slightly leave the FIA behind with this now. And this one also goes stateside. Because it is rumoured that Ford and McLaren could be heading across to Hypercar. Now, this is something that I've picked up from Daily Sports Car with the interview that went on with IMSA President John Doonan ahead of the Rolex 24 at Daytona. And these are quotes directly from the article, and as always with articles, you can find them linked to the description down below. Doonan spoke directly about the potential for additional manufacturers to join beyond Genesis. And here's a quote from him at this press conference, which is, "For all of us who have had the opportunity to help put together regulations, we're super proud. As you know, we're not done yet. Genesis and the Hyundai family have announced they are coming, and I've read the stories. It looks like the Papaya Army plans to join us, and maybe even the Blue Oval. We are super excited about what has happened and also what's to come." And then Daily Sports Car also point out that IMSA are planning to try and find space for Alpine to bring their A424 to IMSA. But yeah, McLaren and Ford. Those would be cool to have in Hypercar. Now, Ford has been rumoured for a long time, and supposedly we could get the announcement almost any day now. McLaren one is relatively new. But, hey, I mean, RF2's got the Senna, which was... Senna GTR was one that was envisioned to be something that could be going towards Hypercar regs. That'd be awesome, you know. McLaren, Aston Martin, Ford. Gonna have the Hyundai family with Genesis. I like the idea of bringing Alpine across as well. Alpine is an MDH. It's built on the same platform as the Acura. Whether Ford would go Hypercar or LMDH, I don't know. Same with McLaren. I feel like McLaren have got a good platform to go LMH. For Ford, LMDH would be nice for them, especially with IMSA. Could get some different teams coming up, and of course they have a great relationship with Multimatic. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what they could have, because you don't have the Ford GT anymore. It would work with Hypercar. I don't know. But as always, let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching and joining, especially if you watched this whole thing. It means the world to have people sitting down and listen to my thoughts, my feelings, what I'm going to say. It's really nice. Yeah, thank you, and till next time, I guess it's bye for now.